Hello, hello!
Hello!
I can't tell. Actually, I'm so confused. There's like already text in chat.
Oh.
90 gigs lost in stream, all of them gone except for me. Yo, wait, is this from today? Or Gee. Hello, Ken. Hello, Roku. Hello, Alex Fox. I don't know how many of you are actually here.
Is this happening?
Yeah. Where are we?
Where are we? Are we?
There you go.
Am I live? Am I? Is this place real?
Is this reality?
This is reality.
Hello, Alex Fox. How is the sound level for the music? There we go. I feel like it's at a happy place, but the last thing I want it to do is block someone. Thank you, Momiji, for the stream. Thank you so much for the host. Thank you so much for today's stream, Momiji. We're done here.
We're done. We're done.
Stream's done. Thank you all.
We're gone. Thank you very much for coming by.
It's time for the Ghost and the Demon Lord. Hello, Carvebite. Hi.
Are you a ghost?
Apparently.
Oh.
Ever since my trip to Europe, people have said I've died.
Oh.
So
Oh.
so I'm a ghost.
How's afterlife? How's afterlife?
It's been good. It's been very much like my living life, except a bit more busy.
Oh, well.
So
wow.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it weird?
Rest in the afterlife, right?
Yeah, that's right. I think I just have nothing to do but haunt people, but I've been quite busy.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, ghost must be something different.
Hello, Donnie. Hello, 00 Sarbs. Hello, Ken. Yuki Onna. Hello, Gwen Wafar. No resting in peace for Harune. Nope. I'll just be busy. I say be busy till the day I die, but I've already died, so I'll just be busy forever.
Ouch.
That's it. That's it.
Ow.
Did you just hurt yourself?
That's no. I mean, like,
okay.
that's not a happy. No. That was not. I hurt myself. That was like a wow. Being busy forever seems like a. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Hello, Carbide. Thank you so much for the host. I actually don't mind being busy. It's kind of
forever?
okay. I don't know. I guess like because it would seem terrible if like we all aged, right? But our level of busyness was always the same. But if I were like the same person with the same energy level and I never aged a day, and maybe I could continue living that way and just be usual.
Well, you are a ghost, so.
Yeah, that's right. So it wouldn't even matter. Thank you, Faye Inukai, for the host. Hello, Argama.
Hello, Argama.
Mira-san, hi. Ohayou gozaimasu. Oh, konnichiwa, right? Is it noon? 9, 10, 11. Yeah, wait,
Yes,
nope.
It's 1 hour until noon.
There we go.
Close enough.
Here we go. The term "you can sleep when you're dead" is something I look forward to. Ken, thank you so much for the host.
But like Harune's dead, and she's not sleeping.
That's right. Although I guess it depends who you ask. Technically, maybe I am sleeping.
Oh, are we getting
We're getting philosophical here. Yep. Robin, thank you so much for the host. Yay!
Yay!
Mhm.
Is there a reason why I'm looking at the starting soon screen?
Because technically we are starting soon, except for now. I was just about to say I took my drink of water. We're technically ready to go, so I was gonna remove everything.
Gotcha.
You're like, what is this? Boop and boop. Hi. Hello, everyone.
Sleeping with the fishes, Argama.
Sleeping with the fishies.
Sleeping with the fishies. That sounds. I don't know if that's like a thing for someone putting cement around my feet and dropping me into the ocean.
That's very specific.
Sorry, that's the image I had. I'm sorry, that's the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, I just thought about drowning. But
Oh,
I guess in a way we both thought about drowning, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's about drowning, right?
Yeah, it's
But like,
drowning.
in order to sleep with the fishes, you have to, stick to the bottom of the ocean, and bodies float. Eventually, they'll float up.
That's true. So
Yeah.
you've already gone a step ahead and thought about a way to make the body permanently in the water. You've just been ready. There you go.
Oh, Harune's been sleeping with the whale sharks. Okay, that's a different matter altogether.
They're my buddies in the afterlife. Who's dying now? We're all dying. Except for myself. I've been dead, apparently. I've been dead for quite some time now. Somehow.
You've been dead for quite some time, and the afterlife has been treating you well.
Yes, it's been keeping me going. Not a day, not a boring day in sight.
That's good. That's always great.
I think so. I like how we're having such a nice, like, casual conversation about being busy.
Right?
It's like, yes, the life we live.
The life.
There you go. People die when dead. You're right. I died, but am reborn. Argama, you. Yes, that's true. Argama, you are. You know, Melly's died and been reborn quite a few times too. So.
I mean, the perks of being virtual.
That's right. Exactly. Well, hello and everyone. Welcome to another installment of voice acting things. Right? It's a little different. It's a little different every time, isn't it? But
it's a little different every time, but that's the fun part.
Exactly, but what has stayed consistent is my lovely special guest, Kochou Momiji, who is not only Demon Lord, but is voice acting extraordinaire. And
I would say extraordinary.
You're extraordinary to me. So, we'll be here to just talk about. I guess we're taking it a step further, because the last time we left off with doing a skit together. Right?
Yes.
Where we did both or I guess all three parts, right? And
yes.
You know, we each either had the spider or we had the two people.
Yes.
So this time, like I said, we're just taking it a step further. So we're gonna do more activities. We're gonna say more monologue-y things. We've got a couple of things to read lined up, and we'll take it from there. So how would you? We'll start it this way.
Okay.
How would you prepare for a voice reading?
Like just for my beginning of the day routine, or
yeah, or like if someone were to say, you know, like we're gonna do monologue exercises in 10 minutes or so. Like how would you prep yourself for that?
Well, you know, depending on if I get the monologue beforehand, which in this case I did, and I haven't read it yet. But like technically I should have read the monologue and just, you know, circled out parts where I can, you know, change and make things interesting. Not change in terms of words, but like, you know, change the tone and the feeling of the you know, of the speech. And make it more interesting. Or you know, if and do stuff like that, and then also warming up my voice and getting, you know, stretching and getting ready. Yeah, so that's what I would do. In the mornings, if you want to talk about my daily routines,
yes.
as a you know, getting ready to go to school and getting ready to, you know, use my voice for the day. Probably would wake up and after all the, you know, regular stuff that people normally do when they wake up, other than moan and go, give me 5 more minutes.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. I'm sure we have. Is stretch and warm up your voice. Is what, you know, you would normally do.
Now, I know you've talked about the different kinds of stretches that you do last time. I know we talked a lot about good posture, and I'm trying to recall. You said that there were quite a few stretches that I was surprised that you had done. Could you talk us through some of the stretches again?
I mean, like, you know, the simplest one is just, you know, sitting with your legs stretched out in front of you, and just, you know, reaching over and touching your toes and that sort of thing. You know,
okay.
Just, like, bending your body, stretching your calf and thigh muscles, And then afterwards, once you can, touch your feet and toes and whatever, spread your legs out, and then just, you know, stretch, like sideways to stretch the sides of your torso, and then also, just um, tilt forward as far as you can, like, touching, if you can. The most ideal, I mean, you can do more than that. If you can do more than that, that's great. Like the minimal you should try and aim for is to have your elbows being able to touch the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, after
And-
you're in the split position.
Oh, and that's the ideal. That's
Yeah,
like when you know you've done it.
Yeah, that's the minimal.
Okay.
The minimum.
Okay.
So like, if once you get there, your next goal is to have basically your whole chest just, flat on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Whoa.
In a split position. So yeah.
That would take me a whole day. I'd have to like spend a whole day in yoga class just being like, all right, what are muscles? How do they move?
What are muscles and how do they move?
Exactly.
My teachers are like, well, just as a stretching exercise, not even a stretching exercise, just a daily thing. I would like, spread my legs, put my elbows on the floor and just watch TV that way.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So you just get your morning stretches in while you get yourself ready for voice acting.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. That's kind of amazing. Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, once you get used to it, once you get used to the idea of stretching and like, stretching daily, it feels really good actually. Just to have your body, being flexible, and also helps your posture, and like not just for when you're doing voice acting, when you have to have good posture, like just for daily stuff, being able to stand for like 2 hours without your back going like, oh my god, it's killing me.
You know what? That you hit a nail on the head there, because I last weekend? Last weekend I was like spending time with family, and I was out all day. And I didn't realize this because I had been on my feet and I was standing all day, and I didn't notice until I went to bend down to pick up something, and my back killed me. Like, I was like, I don't think I can stand back up. Like, I was in like crouched position for like longer than should have been, normal for someone my age. And I was just like hunched over, and I was like, what's happening to me? Like, I feel broken. And that's probably because you're right. Like, I never really like stretched my muscles. It was never really like a daily thing. My posture's probably bad. I probably really do need to see a chiropractor. But that's something that's slightly totally unrelated. But are chiropractors a common thing in Japan?
Yes, they are actually. They are really common. Like you see like chiropractic, I don't know what the stores just dotted all over. Like, just when you walk down the street, you'd see like, oh, there's a chiropractor here, and then down 2 streets again, and there's another chiropractor here, and then maybe like down to another street, and just like, oh, that's not a chiropractor, but that's a masseuse. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was,
So,
and then
yeah.
That was gonna be my next question. Was how popular is chiropractor offices versus massage therapists?
They're like a little different. So in Japan they're called seitai, which is like body posture, or like the body position is basically like directly translating it, right?
Oh, okay.
And what they do is like, they'll take a look at you. I'm not even sure if that's like, chiropractic or like, just like a what it is, but like they'll take a look at you, and then they'll have you do stretches, and they'll be like, okay, so you're they'll tell you where your muscles or your bones are like, in the wrong position.
Oh.
And then they'll fix it for you. basically. Like through masseuse to loosen your muscles, and then just pulling and pushing into the right places. There's that, and then there's one I often go to, and that's not a chiropractor. It's like a stretch store. It's like what they do is they help you stretch.
Oh.
Basically. Literally, that's what they do. They're like, you don't have to put in any effort. It still hurts, but you don't have to put in any particular effort. They'll do the stretches for you. They'll pull your body in different position, like different ways, and just trying to get all your muscles and stuff to align properly.
Wow, that sounds almost like physical therapy. I've never had to go, but that's kind of like of course that's like when you're trying to recover from an injury, right?
Right.
Then they help you kind of learn how to reuse those muscles in a safe way. But that, like, when I look through the window of a physical therapy office, like if I'm just passing by or whatever, it does kind of look like that, where people are just like, basically stretching for you. Right? You just kind of sit there and they put you in all these different positions and you kind of just have to endure it.
yeah. That's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much, but it feels really good. Like afterwards you're like, oh, I'm so relaxed, and then I can go home and probably sleep really well.
Oh.
And then the next day you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm back in the old. My muscles have returned to normal. So it's something that you got to keep going. Keep doing. Like once you stretched out those muscles, if you want to maintain that flexibility, it's something that needs to be like that you need to do, like that you need to keep doing.
Well, that makes sense, right? It's kind of like gymnasts when they learn how to do the splits or be really flexible, or even like ballet dancers, like they have to keep stretching daily just to keep those muscles limber and things like that. So that makes sense. But it still blows my mind, just like how dedicated you have to be to like stretching and just being physically healthy just for voice acting. But it's wonderful. Like it's good to hear
really nice.
when a profession kind of incorporates all of that stuff together. And makes it necessary.
It's really nice. Like what was it? In my first year at school, so every year at the beginning of school we have like this health check. And it's actually particularly detailed here in Japan. When you say health check in the US or even in Hong Kong or stuff like that, like a school health check, basically what they do is they just check your height, check your weight, check maybe your eyes and your hearing, and that's pretty much it, right? So here they have this whole process. It takes like hours. So you go in, you check your height and weight, and then they'll have equipment from I don't know where. They'll check your heart. They'll do like the heartbeat mapping thingy. Where they put like the sticky things around on your chest.
Oh my gosh, they check your heart rate?
Not just the heart rate. Yeah, heart rate, and then they'll have they'll put like the really cold gel sticky things on your chest, and it'll measure the waves or something. I don't know. That. They'll do that, and then
someone says EKG?
Yeah, EKG. Thank you. Yes, they'll do your EKG, and then they'll send you to do your chest X-rays, and then they'll send, after your chest X-rays, they'll send you up to and then you'll have like it before the morning before the morning of the tests. You have to pee into a pot and
oh my gosh,
urine samples. And then they'll take your blood and check your blood, and then they'll check your teeth, and then they'll check your eyes, and then they'll check your hearing, and then it's basically like a whole hour and a half of your life.
Goodness gracious.
So they're really, really thorough.
Yeah, that's extensive.
It is extensive, and then like afterwards they give you a report and go, okay, you're like, in okay health. You just need to keep your calories down and that sort of thing.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, they do all of that. It's like literally a paid medical exam, the ones you would get in like in a doctor's office or a hospital.
Yeah, that sounds like. I mean, at least you'd get everything you need to know about your health, like all in one go.
Right,
But
right.
wow, that's intense.
It is intense. I mean, like at the very least, you get your score back and you're like, oh, okay, I'm healthy, yes. Or
Yeah,
you get your score back
exactly.
and go, oh, I'll be fine.
You're like, I can live with this.
I can
Literally.
live with this. I won't die in another 2 years. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say hello to a couple of new people in the chat. Hello Elemental Boy, hello hello Foss, welcome, hello Insane. Thank you all for joining. Hello White John Strawberry, and hello Noob John. Hi. He specifically highlighted. Yes. Hello Kami. And hello Yan. Hello everybody. Thank you all for joining until suddenly Truck-kun. No, we don't accommodate for Truck-kun in our daily lives here. Says Momiji's results are always good, right? Momiji, how are your results?
My results tend to be really good.
Putty.
Tend to be healthy.
Do they ever like? Oh, go ahead.
There was one time I had like just a little bit of a cholesterol problem.
Huh. That's interesting.
It's not even that I overweight or anything. It's just taking in the amount of greasy food here in Japan available just gives you bad cholesterol.
Is that really common? Greasy foods?
I mean, like, depending on what you eat and depending on how you eat. Like, I try to eat healthy now, lately. I've been trying to eat healthy. But, like, it's really easy to fall into the convenience store food program.
Oh, don't we know here in the States about eating unhealthy and just getting what's convenient and fast? Yeah, so nothing new to us. Yeah. We get it.
Yeah. It's just a little bit over, and then they're like, yeah, you want to come back in like 3 months to check your cholesterol again? I'm like, okay, fine. And then I went back and was like, okay, it's fine.
Oh, okay. How much? So that's through the school, right?
That's through the school.
Okay, and so like, that's part of your tuition.
It's part of my tuition. It's paid for.
Oh,
I don't have to pay for it.
Sugoi.
I forgot to say. My point in saying this whole thing was in my first year. Compared to my second year, when they measured my height, at my age, you don't normally grow any taller. You just go sideways. But because of the constant stretching and like just getting my spine in the right position and like standing up straight, I grew in height for like about 1 centimeter.
Whoa, putty.
Yeah. So,
you're right.
It's not so much as me growing in height. It's just my spine, going, separating properly and like being in the proper position, and standing up tall enough. That gave me the extra height boost.
That's fantastic, though. And I don't know if I mentioned this during our last stream, but I visited some family in Taiwan a couple of years, like a good handful of years ago. And one of the big things that I noticed, just from like walking around the cities, and it didn't really matter where I went, but everybody stood ram straight, or is it ramrod straight? I think it's ramrod straight. Like everybody's backs were just like super straight, and like everyone had fantastic posture. Especially the females. They always stood very, very proud, and I was like, wow, like, man, you go to the States and like everyone's slouching, and like it's almost like trendy to slouch almost in like a strange, bizarre way.
Like slouching just hurts your back.
It does. And
I mean, like, no, I'm not saying like it as anything. I'm like I used to slouch. I used to have like horrible posture. I slouched over. And like just standing for more than an hour would just kill me, and like even sitting for more than an hour would just, like my back would be like, all the weight would come onto my back, like my lower back and waist, and it would just like be painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, like after getting my posture fixed, it just makes things. It just feels so much better.
Well, that's good. So, everybody, the moral of the story is have good posture. Stretch every day.
Posture.
It doesn't have to be for very long, but if voice actors have to do it, all of us should. Because they're the ones that just, it's not even a physical thing. You don't even get to see them, and yet they care so much about their posture. So we all should too. We have no excuse.
You have no excuse.
Yes. Even as we're speaking, I'm like trying to adjust my posture, and I'm like, checking my spine. I really do need to see a chiropractor though. Like everyone around me has, and I'm like, oh man, like I've never seen a chiropractor before. Like I have no idea if that's.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, like definitely. I'm all for just trying to get your body back in shape, and chiropractors are a good way to start and a good way to do that.
Yes. Someone says, "Joke's on you, I'm standing right now." Oh, good luck. I hope you're nice and comfortable while you stand.
While you stand.
There we go. Don't forget to stretch your back muscles even if you're standing. Someone says, Yawn for me says, Buff Miji confirmed.
I'm not doing any muscle training or weight training or anything like that. I'm just stretching. There's a difference. Stretching doesn't make you buff. It makes you it slims you up.
There we go. Yeah, because our muscles aren't like bunched in weird places. It's just, all stretched out.
Yeah.
Foss says I need to slouch to see my computer stuff better. Oh no, see that is kind of an issue, isn't it? It's like all the things that we need to use nowadays kind of causes us to slouch.
If you need to slouch to see your computer better, your table's too low. Or your chair's too high.
Yeah, do you even stretch, bro, Momiji? It's also good to sleep with a pillow between your legs. Yes, I've heard of that. Yeah, it keeps your spine straight. Yes, I've heard of that. That was a joke. Oh, Foss. I'm sorry. I read that seriously. Gomen. Foss is a healthy being. No, Foss is fine. Foss's posture is probably fine. But yes. So, maybe now I feel like I ought to like stretch or something before we do our monologues. Oh, and before I forget, are there any common what's the word? Yeah, like or yeah. Yes, exactly.
Well, really common ones, especially if you have a piano, is just going through the scales.
Really?
Because then you can they're stretching for the voice, and that's what it is. Like just going up the scale, and that would help your voice, loosen up your vocal muscles. And another one is taking a deep breath, and like when you take a breath, you don't want your chest to expand. You want your stomach to expand. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
So, and then taking a deep breath and just going and then just keeping that for as long as you can.
Okay.
That will help you breathe, your breathing and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so because you can't speak without any air in your lungs.
That's right.
And like whenever you have long lines, you want to keep that airflow going constantly. So like not constantly, but like in a steady pace. Like taking and then taking deep breaths before continuing. Because if you don't have enough air, you won't be able to speak what do I say? Speak loud enough. And sometimes the reason why people, like when they're reading monologues or reading any script, why they speed up their words at the end, or why they would, just say things really fast, and to the point of people like, what did they say? It's because they don't have enough air.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that. But I guess that's true, because there'd be nothing worse than like breathing in the middle of a sentence, right? And then disrupting the flow of your words. So that makes sense.
So for example, I'm just supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, okay? I'm just, for example, if you don't have enough air, you'd be like, if it was a normal line, it would be like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which, you can hear all the syllables. If you don't have air, it'd be like, and then you're just like, because you want to finish it as quick as possible so you can breathe.
Right.
So like, it just, you cram everything together.
なるほど.
So that's why people speak faster, or like, and you end up with, a comment from your sound director going like, your mouth is not moving properly. Like your mouth is not moving. So I can't hear all your syllables. I can't hear your words. And you're like, can you record that again?
Yeah, or like enunciate.
Enunciate your words properly. So that would result in a comment from your sound director saying that, and you're like, oh shoot. So yeah, because you don't have enough air.
Okay, well that makes perfect sense then.
So
yeah. It says, on an unrelated note, this music really reminds me of Overcooked 2. Enunciate.
Overcooked
yes.
2. Enunciate, gentlemen, please enunciate your words. So yeah, and like, the thing.
Yes.
What you want to aim for is 30 seconds minimum.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the minimum that any voice actor, like my teachers, like in first year, they're like, so you can start off like 20 seconds, whatever, but what you want to aim for is 30 seconds, keeping just going and just keeping that long tone, yeah, and that's minimum. Like some of my fellow students can keep a long tone for like a minute.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I generally round up about 37 seconds to 40 seconds.
Ooh, pachi pachi. I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like that's a good place if you were ever gonna be in that realm. But yeah. Oh, very cool. Now, have you ever done that together in class? Like, is that like a classroom warm up?
Actually, it's a classroom warm up.
And you're just like, all right, everyone, deep breath, and then ah.
Yeah. Usually after the stretching.
I see, because at that point, all of your muscles and like your ribs and everything's just relaxed and ready. Oh, that makes sense. I think yawn for me tried it 13 seconds into and I'm already winded. Mistakes were made. I lost my voice. Oh, it looks like people are trying it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Skulls, thank you so much for the host and help. Thank you so much for visiting. I'm sorry you can't stay long, but I know you've been busy lately. So, good luck with work. Momiji, should we try it?
Sure.
I'm terrified.
So do you have a timer, like a phone timer? Right?
Yes, I have a phone timer in front of me.
All right.
Prepare your ears, chat. This is this is gonna get loud.
Okay.
Let's see.
We'll give it two chances, because the first one's normally shorter because you're not your lungs aren't ready for this. So we'll give it 2 tries.
Okay, I'm going to also sit far away from my mic. Okay.
And also the first thing you do is to let all the air out from your lungs. So like just let it all out and then take a deep breath and go ah.
Okay. So I'm gonna let it all out. Okay, deep breath. Are you ready?
Okay.
3.
Start whenever you're ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. I can't do it for 30. No. Oh my gosh, 28 seconds.
That's pretty good, actually.
My goodness. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really good for a first for never having done it before.
Oh my goodness. Who shot a rocket launcher and didn't warn others? Sir Ballin, thank you so much for the follow. And Andansin, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome you two to the Kingdom of Crunch. 2 seconds short for Harune. Oof.
2 seconds short. Okay, do you want to try that again?
Oh my gosh, should I? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to.
And just start whenever you're ready. Just don't wait for me.
Oh, okay.
Because you're holding your breath would just,
make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, 32 seconds. Okay. Bachi Momiji. How much for you?
35.
Oh, bachi. Whoa.
That's like my lower end, but that's okay.
Oh, yay. That
Yeah,
vibrato.
The sound cut halfway through. It was just sort of like.
At first I thought you had stopped, so I was like, oh, she's.
Oh.
So I was like, hang on a second. But yeah, 32 seconds for me. My goodness.
Yay. No, it's really good. It's really good for having never done this, because you need to, you don't immediately, most people are not immediately able to do 30 seconds. Like at the start, my fellow classmates tends to go to the, stop at about 25, 27. Some of them still can't go past 22. So
really,
in their second year. And, yeah.
Is that okay? Like,
no.
Do they get scolded for that, or is that like?
Well, I don't get scolded, but the teacher would be like, yeah, you need to work more.
Ooh.
But yeah. So the average is 30.
Oh yay! I'll have to keep doing that on my own. So that way next time we reconvene, we can try it again.
Yeah.
Yay! Let's look at chat for a second. I'm reading some of the things. Someone says, yes,
try it again. You're up 2 seconds, Jan. Yay!
Yay! ASMR goodness. Also, your voice reverberates. Yes, I was trying to do it, but right at the end, Harune made me laugh. Oh, I'm sorry! I don't know what I did. I joined, but I'm technically still recovering from a cold, and I still have some coughing. Oh no. Is it normal to feel your voice slightly dipping in pitch when you do that?
Well, no. What you're trying to do is to keep the same tone the whole way through. Obviously, when you start the eyeing, you want to find a note that you're comfortable with. To try and keep it level the whole time. Sometimes people do it better when their voice is lower in pitch. Sometimes they find it easier to do a higher pitch because you use less air because you're not using the muscles. But yeah, so depends on the person. Depends on where your note is the most comfortable for you. Yeah.
Also, thank you so much, Sir Ballin, for subscribing. Welcome to being a special crunchlet within the Kingdom of Crunch. Let's rechat lots of Oz. My voice is dying. I got 3 seconds. Only 3? 37 seconds.
Raku said he was recovering from a cold, right?
John Strawberry.
John Strawberry, okay. I thought Raku was sick too. I don't know. I was only glancing at. Never mind.
I think he said his voice died. Silvio Nimbus said, I held that pitch for about 20 to 25 seconds, but beyond that, it kind of vibrated a bit. At 37 seconds, I ran out of air. Hello, it's Emika. Hi,
37. I
37. Putty. Everyone's getting sick.
So what you're trying to do, instead of, like when you're doing ahs, and when I say, when you're breathing in, you want to, like push your diaphragm down so that your stomach expands instead of your chest. So you're using the stomach muscles. Instead of just, having your stomach, deflate as you go ah, you want to try and keeping the same pressure in your stomach. So like it doesn't expand so much as just, keeping the same pressure will keep your tone steady. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So like 37 seconds.
Pachi, 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 pachi.
So
So they don't do any like how long can you hold your breath for sort of exercises. It's more just like how long can you release a steady stream of air.
Yep, correct.
Okay, that's probably better.
Why would you want to hold your breath when your job is to say things and just release?
That's true. I feel like some people would try to like cut corners and be like, well, if I hold my breath, it's like the same thing, right?
It's different.
But...
holding your breath is different than releasing it, though. Like saying things.
Right, because you're letting the air out instead of just holding it all in. So, but I know I have notoriously bad lung capacity when it comes to having enough air because I used to play flute. And I could never make it through really long phrases. I'd have to like
couldn't hear the explanation. I'm just gonna say it again. So when you try to, like, the reason why your voice would be vibrating, like you're sort of, is, first of all, you're running out of air. The other thing is also, like, you want to keep the same pressure in your voice. And how to do that is just when you take a deep breath, obviously you don't breathe, your lungs doesn't like your chest is not the place that you want expanding, it's your stomach. So you want to push your diaphragm down, and when you release your breath, instead of having your diaphragm just, your stomach just, deflating, what you want to do is keep the same pressure so that the air, or the amount of air coming out is the same same throughout the whole ahing process. So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So when so like my, like, towards the end there, especially the second time round, my I could kind of hear, and it was joked about in chat that my voice kind of got a little bit like wavy or like wobbly towards the end there. It got weak. Was that just due to a lack of air, or was that like something with the vocal cords, or?
No.
Okay.
It's to do with lack of air.
Oh, okay. And so it was just kind of like petering out as I was trying to hold that pitch.
No, that's actually, it's perfectly fine, like, to have that near the end. Obviously you don't want that to happen when you're saying lines, but when you're just practicing your long tones, that's what this is called, trying to keep that steady air is the key. And then, if it at the end, just give it that last push before you completely run out of air. That would help you go longer the next time.
Oh, naruhodo. I'll have to keep that in mind then for next time. Ken says Dragon Ball Z actor are pro at doing Oz.
Oh yeah, it's true.
They probably did like hours just being like, after that, I'm sure that was like their warm-up exercise for like years after.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
I would not be surprised.
Oh my goodness, now I just feel like I enjoy breathing. Like, I'm like,
You appreciate breathing so much more now.
That's right. I'm just like, my lungs, they function.
My lungs, they work. And breathe.
There we go. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did we... Oh, I think we're okay. Oh, I got scared.
Okay.
I got like the weird little spinny circle, and I was like, no! But I think we're okay.
No! Okay.
This isn't even Harune's final form. The Goku English VA almost passed out during the Super Saiyan 3 scream, actually. Really?
I'm not surprised.
Momiji's like, I expected this.
I'm not surprised. Because I think that the Japanese actor also almost passed out.
Oh my goodness. Well, of course, I bet, because they're just like, ah, ah, and they're just like giving it their all the time, and
Yeah.
goodness gracious. But yeah, I guess whatever you need to do for the right sound, right?
Right?
Just
Exactly.
the sacrifices that need to be made.
Sacrifices were made. And like, you know, having to scream for like the whole hour of your recording session must be painful.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, there's got to be a lot of sore throats after that.
Oh yeah.
You're just like,
Okay.
Nah.
Nah, I'm good for today. Let's do something else. let's
Yeah.
not do
Can we
voice
record
acting
something
anymore,
that's
Jay.
not screaming, please?
screaming.
Yes.
Please, pretty please. Alright, so.
Yes. Talk about dedicated to your role. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess a job's a job as well. So
A job is a job is a job.
you just gotta give it your all, or else you're fired. So. Yep. Boy PBK, the fan club. Hello, welcome. Hi. He was actually trying to reach Super Saiyan IRL. That's terrible. Okay. So should we maybe move on to some of the monologues?
Yes.
Yes. Freeze a scream or no money. Hello, Zach. Hello, Elemental Boy. Hello, Free. We don't want. I don't know if I want to be paid to scream, but yes. So what would you like to do first?
Harune? I can't hear you.
Oh, really?
Okay, I heard you. Sorry, what do you want to do for and then you cut off for a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you so much for the host, Zach. What monologue would you like to do first? Should we do maybe?
I have no preferences.
Why don't we? I kind of like the an ideal husband monologue.
Yep, sure, go for it.
Why don't we do that one? Did you want to start with that one first, or would you like me to go first, or how would you like to do this?
Do you want to go first, and I'll take notes for you, and then
Okay.
I'll give you my comments.
Oh, and then you can show me how it's done afterwards.
No, there's no right way to act. It's just interpretation. But like I can give you like, oh, you can probably do a little bit more, have a little more fun here in the sentence or whatever.
Okay. Hello, Ray VTuber. Welcome. Thank you so much for the 10 surprise crunches. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you.
How about the Captain Vor monologue? A classic meme. I don't know what that is. Do the Super Saiyan 3 transformation monologue, including the prolonged shouting.
No, I would die.
No, we would, and so would all of your ears. You would not want us yelling for our monologues. So what I'm going to do here...
Scream the monologue.
Yeah. All of our monologues are screaming.
Rawr.
There you go. I'm gonna stop the music so that we can hear everything just handy dandy. But think of the fan art. Well then, we don't need to think of it, or it doesn't have to happen for you to. What am I trying to say here? To have fan art, it doesn't need to have happened to have fan art. That's the wonderful thing about fan art. The Voltron intro. Which one? The remade one? All right, I'm getting distracted. Okay. I was like, Voltron? I really want to hear your New Yorker accent again. Maybe not for this one. I was in the same boat as you, Momiji. I had these monologues and I like read them over, but I couldn't really like spend a lot of time being like, hey, what do I want to do here? What do I, what kind of, way do I want to voice this part here? So, yeah. I just read it through so I could be familiar with the words. But I hope that is okay. So we can still try it though.
Yep.
So let us begin with a big sip of water.
Yep.
I'm clicking all these things I don't need to be clicking. For what purpose am I clicking? I have the entire monologue ready to be pasted. Oh yeah, go ahead and paste it. The Captain War one. Wait. May I? Okay, I guess so. Improv. Yep, here we go. Another sip of water. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna try and do. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Well, Tommy has proposed to me again. Tommy really does nothing but propose to me. He proposed to me last night in the music room when I was quite unprotected, as there was an elaborate trio going on. I didn't dare to make the smallest repartee, I need hardly tell you. If I had, it would have stopped the music at once. Musical people are so absurdly unreasonable, they always want one to be perfectly dumb at the very moment when one is longing to be absolutely deaf. Then he proposed to me in broad daylight this morning in front of that dreadful statue of Achilles. Really, the things that go on in front of that work of art are quite appalling. The police should interfere. At luncheon, I saw by the glare in his eye that he was going to propose again, and I just managed to check him in time by assuring him that I was a bimetallist. Fortunately, I don't know what bimetallism is, and I don't believe anybody else does either. But the observation crushed Tommy for 10 minutes. He looked quite shocked. And then Tommy is so annoying in the way he proposes. If he proposed at the top of his voice, I should not mind so much. That might produce some effect on the public. But he does it in a horrid, confidential way. When Tommy wants to be romantic, he talks to one just like a doctor. I am very fond of Tommy, but his methods of proposing are quite out of date. I wish, Gertrude, you would speak to him and tell him that once a week is quite often enough to propose to anyone, and that it should always be done in a manner that attracts some attention.
That's cute. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I love the accent, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Accent. I saw the word repartee, and I was like, this needs an accent.
So I like the accent. What it feels like to me, though, and if you don't mind me saying so, you're just reading this with an accent rather than giving it the inflection it needs.
Okay.
So first of all, you have to consider several things.
Mm-hmm.
Who you're talking to. So at this point, it means you're talking to Gertrude.
Yes.
Gertrude at the end. So who's Gertrude to you?
Good point. Probably a close friend. Yeah. Let's say like a close friend.
So like a really good friend. Okay. So second of all, where are you speaking? Where are you saying this?
Probably, I would say, or I imagine this in the confined space of my own home. So maybe we're like in the living room or something, in the parlor or something, and we're just chatting.
So you're sat next to her, right? Okay, so you're sat next to her. She's you're just chatting, and suddenly just Tommy's conversation about Tommy came up, and so okay, the next thing is, who's Tommy to you?
Some annoyingly persistent acquaintance.
Annoyingly persistent acquaintance that keeps proposing to you.
Yes. So maybe probably someone I've known for years, but like never really been like that close to.
Okay.
So maybe like a friend of a friend.
It's not even fun exasperation. It's just annoyance.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you have to, your characters, you have to decide on all the who you're talking to, where you are, who you're talking about, and also one more thing, you yourself, what's the name of your character? It's written, but like Mabel is the name of your character. It doesn't say the age though. How old is your character?
Well, if I imagine it's in the South, probably I'd say like early 20s.
Early 20s. Okay. Yeah. You did not sound like an early 20. Just you might
That's true.
You might want to tune your voice a little bit higher. So early 20s. What does she look like? What's her personality? Just one thing, like she's a kind person. She's an energetic person. She's like a career woman, or what type of personality does she have?
I'd say maybe, I don't want to say outgoing, but kind of like one who maybe enjoys the center of attention.
Okay.
Just like I don't want to say like an attention hog, but just like someone who's like a very extroverted person.
I lost out there for a second. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. And like
it's spinning again.
No!
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you.
Yes, but the
Can
stream.
chat hear us? But the stream is spinning. Chat,
It
can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
It looks like. So for me, it's not spinning, but it's
Dropped for a bit.
choppy.
It's choppy.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. I hear you. Yep. Okay. Slight
There we
hiccup.
go.
Okay. We're good.
Oh,
Okay.
Kyle.
Whew. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was dangerous.
That was yabai. That was scary.
Yabai. Oh, yabai.
That was
right.
Sorry, go ahead. Yes. Okay, so
So yeah. So
yes.
sort of like a flamboyish person. Flamboyant-ish.
I don't know if I
Not
can say
really.
she's flamboyant, but just like I guess like a girl who enjoys good gossip.
Ah,
And,
okay.
like-
So just a little bit gossipy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason why you're just telling this to Gertrude is because this is like good gossip,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, sure. That's perfectly fine. Okay. So he you're talking about 3 episodes here in this monologue. First time Tommy, Tommy's proposed to me again, so it's something that's a repeated action. That's the first one is we're doing it in a music room.
Mm.
The second one is at the horrible statue of Achilles in
Mhm.
front of the Achilles statue. The third one is during lunch, right?
Yes.
So each time he proposes, and then finally you comment on his method of proposal.
Mm.
So in the first part, what would you feel? What would Mabel feel? When he proposed to you, in the music room while you guys are listening to music. Like it's your feelings about each of these episodes might
Okay.
slightly differ. So like everybody's quiet. They're listening to music. Suddenly he proposes, and you're like, what? Because you were surprised at this proposal.
Right. You're right.
I was quite unprotected.
Yes.
'Cause you weren't expecting it, not at this point in time,
Mhm.
right? So how would you react? Or like how when you're recalling that episode, would you recall the shock? The second
good point.
time that he proposes is in front of the Achilles statue.
Mm.
And again, he proposed it to me in front of the Achilles statue. Do you know what happens in front of that statue? Kind of like sort of like why would he propose to me there? Like in front of that statue?
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, I never.
Right?
Naruhodo. I would have never thought of it like that. Like making that connection. Like why there? Because that's such a gross location. I get it. Oh.
Yeah, like the police should get involved in this. This place should not be standing. That sort of sort of outrage. And then the third time, I saw him. I know he's gonna propose. I stopped him just in time. Like,
Right.
sort
Yes.
of that feeling, right?
Huh.
So the third time was like, during lunch. I knew he was. I can see the look in his eyes. I knew he was gonna propose. So I stopped him. Sort of kind of like a triumphant, haha. I did it.
That's right.
I stopped him this time, right?
Yes.
Like I took him for like a, I annoyed him. He was like confused as to what, bimentalism. I said that, and I took him back this time.
Yes.
Sort of that sort of feeling. And then afterwards, you comment on Tommy, like, oh, I love him to bits, but like the way he proposes, it's not even like drawing any attention. That's not what proposal is about. The proposal is about wanting to draw attention to people around you so that the woman feels wanted. But no, he does it in a silent, small little voice, like something confidential, like I can't like it's not something that he should be proud of.
Oh, sugoi.
Yeah.
My brain is being like right now because there are so many like little things that you're just like listing off like you thought about this for a really long time. And I'm just sitting here being like, oh, just read it this way. This calls for an accent. Is all I have. Sugoi. Oh my goodness. So would it be very would it make you uncomfortable if I was like, could you demonstrate this one for us then?
Sure. I don't know if I can list it off, but like how well I can do it. Okay. Well,
yes, take a couple of extra seconds then. Ganbatte. I would just love to hear it in action. And I know we don't have the background music on, but that's just so that we can hear everything.
Okay, I gotcha. Yes. So they always want to be perfectly dumb at the very moment when one is longing to be absolutely deaf. Ah, gotcha. All right. I'm not gonna do any accents. I'm horrible at accents.
No,
just saying.
Yes, no, that's totally fine.
Well, Tommy has proposed to me again. Tommy really does nothing but propose to me. He proposed to me last night in the music room when I was quite unprotected. There was an elaborate trio going on. I didn't dare to make the smallest repartee. I need hardly tell you, if I had, it would have stopped the music at once. Music people are so absurdly unreasonable. They always want to be perfectly dumb at the moment when one is longing to be absolutely deaf. Then he proposed to me in broad daylight this morning, in front of the dreadful statue of Achilles. Really, the things going on in front of that work of art are quite appalling. The police should interfere. At luncheon, I saw by the glare in his eyes that he was going to propose again, and I just managed to check him in time by assuring him that I was a bimentalist. Fortunately, I didn't know what bimentalism means, and I don't believe anybody else does either. But the observation crushed Tommy for 10 minutes. He looked quite shocked. And then Tommy is so annoying in the way he proposes. If he proposes at the top of his voice, I would not mind so much. That might produce some effect on the public, but he does it in a horrid confidential way. When Tommy wants to be romantic, he talks to one just like a doctor. I'm very fond of Tommy, but his methods of proposing are quite out of date. I wish Gertrude, you would speak to him and tell him that once a week is quite enough to propose to anyone, and that it should always be done in a manner that attracts some attention.
Oh, pachi 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 pachi. I definitely hear a difference. No, that's fine. No, but I definitely do hear a difference in that, because there is a lot more inflection. Like, you do sound frustrated. You do sound like, your patience is wearing thin about Tommy and this whole thing.
Right.
So it's a lot easier to hear through your performance. Than you're right, because I did kind of sound like I was just reading it, and I definitely see it's like, oh, she's really into it. Like, definitely. How are you doing today? I am doing very well, thank you so much, because I've got Momiji here being amazing and showing me how it's done. I guess a good part of VA is the role playing.
Yes.
So would you consider it role playing if you're just if it's just you and the microphone?
Well, yeah, it's role playing every time you step in front of a mic. You're not, So the reason why anyone would, hire a voice actor over just someone off the street is because their ability to act. You can, reading is not that hard. I mean, despite the fact that I keep, skipping over the lines and stuff. Reading is not hard if you do it in a calm fashion, right? But reading with as the character, being the character, is different, because you have to consider all the things. When you're doing a line, it's not just simply, say for example, if you say good morning. It's not just simply good morning when you're in front of a mic. You have to consider all the things around you. You have to say you have to think about how far you are in front of your, your whoever that good morning is directed to, and you have to think about who that good morning is directed to. Say for example, if it's a teacher in front of you, you see it's, in the hallway of the school, lots of people passing by. It's in the morning. You see the teacher, and you go, "Good morning," sort of a little, and versus, your best friend in the morning, "Good morning," your best friend in the morning, you're just appearing next to him, "Hey, yo, what's up?" Sort of good morning. Versus like, somebody running towards you and then suddenly just appearing, just as the friend, or somebody just coming up in front of you, out of the random, and you're like, good morning.
You're like, oh, hey, good morning.
Okay. Yeah, so you have to think of all these things, when you're voice acting. You can just make up the situation up in your mind. It doesn't really matter. Or if you're shouting across the pond at someone you just saw and you just want to stop them in their tracks, because you're just passing by, but like they're a good friend. You're like, "Good morning!" So sort of just shouting, "Yo, over here!" That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So like it, when you're a voice actor, you have to think of all that stuff. Your distance, how far away you are from your what the line is, who the line is directed to, who that person is. Someone you hate. Good morning.
Yeah.
Or someone you like, someone you're like, you're really lovey-dovey. Good morning. You're lover.
Yeah.
You're like So you have to think of all those things.
Whoa.
But yeah,
that's so fun. Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's absolutely fun.
Oh, no wonder you love this so much.
It's why I love this.
This is adorable. I too shout good morning to random people. Don't we all? No, we don't.
Don't we all just want to do that at some point? Just run up to a random person and go, "Good morning, bye."
Have a great day.
Have a great day. I'm just here to spread the love.
That sounds a little bit disconnected to me. I mean, you can roleplay by yourself. Well, yes. Sexy Spider Momiji made a cameo. Yes. It was also lovey-dovey. Good morning, Momiji. So she comes in many forms. The world would be a better place if that were true. Probably. I wonder, like...
Just randomly people come up to you saying good morning? I mean, we all need that.
I guess a little bit if you just, if someone has like, Calderman, thank you so much for the host. If someone's just, very, very genuine about it and just, good morning, I hope you have a wonderful day, and then just, be on their way. I think I would really, I'd be really chuffed. I'd be like, oh, geez, thanks. Like, that was really nice of you.
Yeah.
To just wish me a nice day.
Delta Mac, how am I doing today? I'm doing really well, because I have the wonderful Harune with me. And I'm in this, great, fun, stream with Harune.
Oh, thank you. Death God also asks how we are doing. So that answer is just across the board. We're both feeling wonderful because we have each other.
Yay!
Oof, I wish I could be that person. The person that goes and says, good morning, everyone. Maybe, I think if you lived in a big city, this is totally off topic at this point, but I think if you lived in a big city, it'd be so much easier to do because, you're kind of walking close to people on the streets anyway, or on the sidewalk or whatever. So you could just be kind of like, good morning, good morning, good morning, and then be on your way, but.
It sounds like a musical.
Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. What's that from? Singing in the Rain, I think. Good morning to you. I don't know my musicals all that well. I do live in a big city. Yes, Jan, you could be that person. You could be the one bestowing gifts.
Good mornings.
Good morning gifts.
Happy good mornings. Ohayo gozaimasu.
Yes. Ohayo gozaimasu. The real treasure were the friends who made it like a carved pie. Oh my goodness, I end up reading that one out loud all the time. Okay, so, yeah.
Try it again.
Could I?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
All right.
With all of that in mind, so they know what you think about each situation.
Okay. Insert big city music every morning. Okay, so I'll pause the music then. And we'll try it again. I almost feel like the pressure's on now because now I've had time to I've heard the feedback. I've had time to contemplate. Now it's just a matter of execution. Yes. Okay, let me think about it. Well, you've done all the thinking for me. Now I feel bad. Okay, hang on.
I mean, you don't have to, like, I'm not absolutely correct, but you can have your own interpretation of it.
But, like, everything you said clicked for sure. Like, it definitely, I was like, oh, yeah, wait a second. Yes. Okay. This time I'm going to focus a little bit more on delivery. So if the accent slips, forgive me. But I'll still try it in the accent. 'Cause I feel like it's, I mean, her name's Mabel.
It's true. Her name's Mabel.
Yes. Okay.
Her friend is Gertrude.
That's right. And the dude that keeps proposing to her is Tommy, so it needs an accent. Okay. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, sip of water. Yum 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 yum. Oh my gosh, I almost choked. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Well, Tommy has proposed to me again. Tommy really does nothing but propose to me. He proposed to me last night in the music room when I was quite unprotected as there was an elaborate trio going on. I didn't dare to make the smallest repartee. Can I start that again?
Go ahead,
I realized I need a higher pitched voice. Let's try this one more time. Okay. Well, Tommy has proposed to me again. Tommy really does nothing but propose to me. He proposed to me last night in the music room when I was quite unprotected as there was an elaborate trio going on. I didn't dare to make the smallest repartee. I need hardly tell you. If I had, it would have stopped the music at once. Music people are so absurdly unreasonable. They always want one to be perfectly dumb at the moment when one is longing to be absolutely deaf. Then he proposed to me in broad daylight this morning in front of that dreadful statue of Achilles. Really, the things that go on in front of that work of art are quite appalling. The police should interfere. And at luncheon, I saw by the glare in his eye that he was going to propose again, and I just managed to check him in time by assuring him that I was a bimetallist. Fortunately, I don't know what bimetallism means, and I don't believe anybody does either, but the observation crushed Tommy for 10 minutes. He looked quite shocked. And then Tommy is so annoying in the way he proposes. If he proposed at the top of his voice, I should not mind so much. That might produce some effect on the public, but he does it in a horrid, confidential way. When Tommy wants to be romantic, he talks one just like a doctor. I am very fond of Tommy, but his methods of proposing are quite out of date. I wish, Gertrude, you would speak to him and tell him that once a week is quite enough, often enough to propose to anyone, and that it should always be done in a manner that attracts some attention.
Yay! Much better.
Was it? I definitely...
It was much better. I can hear the inflection, yes.
Okay, definitely paused more. I definitely breathed. I think that was a problem that I didn't do the last time, despite our breathing exercises, was I didn't breathe.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yay! No, I liked it. I liked it this time. Like the first time, it was just like just normal reading through is what it felt like. But this time, you had more like, oh, I can get what she's saying. Like, oh, no, she was trying to be quiet in the music room, but then this happened, and then everybody played dumb, and I like it.
You almost sounded like Dolly Parton. If I could have her singing voice, that would be nice. Because she's got a great voice. Now a Southern girl's complaining to us. You don't have to do it all at once, right? You can do it in segments.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. I guess is it okay to take long breaks? Like, let's say you're recording this segment, right?
Oh, like if this was one monologue, then normally most of the time what you would do is just run the whole thing through in one setting. You probably if you're doing actual voice recording, you probably wouldn't cut that into pieces. But when you're actually doing the performance, you can pause in between the performance. They always want to be perfectly dumb at the moment when one is longing to be absolutely deaf. Then he proposed to me in broad daylight this morning, and there's just sort of a pause in between. So just to gather yourself up.
Right. To prepare yourself for the next rant.
Yeah. Yeah, so just, that's perfectly fine to do that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like I said, I definitely felt myself breathing more this time, taking more pauses. And it
I can
just...
feel that too. I can feel that too. It's really good.
Well, thank you for all of your feedback, because I definitely felt better about it. I was more nervous to start it, but I felt better about it, so.
It's really good. I thought it was really good.
Arigato. So which one, so we've got, 2 more, that I had snagged from the interwebs. Or did you want to do any of the ones, I know you found one that said that I ate the divorce papers. Should we do that one? That one seems fun.
It's really long, I think.
Oh, is it?
Let me check. I think it's kind of long. We can just do the first part.
Oh, okay. Now this is one I have
think
never seen, so I can't even like say that I've sat and thought this out. Monologue stands in front of her soon-to-be ex-husband. Oh, so they even give us like sort of the setting. Oh, and it even comes with videos of people.
Oh yeah, videos of people doing it.
Oh. See, now I'm like now I'm reading it. Let's see. And it doesn't seem too long. Should we just do like between a farce that tastes good with ketchup and just stop it there?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, stage directions.
Do you want me?
Yes. Yes.
Do you want me to do this?
Yes. Onegaishimasu.
Sure.
Me-
Just give me a moment. I
Yeah.
actually only skimmed through this as well.
Oh, okay. Then I'll keep the... Let me know when you're ready and I'll pause the music. But in the meantime, then we can keep it up and I'll just catch up with chat. Harune is learning yabai. Hang on a second. I'm supposed to be learning. It really sets the mood and environment. This is how Harune Exodia happens. Now that's constructive criticism. Yes. Yes. If you don't take pauses, you can mess up your voice. Oh, that's true too, because you do need to, well, you also need to just breathe and live. Can't get divorced if you ate the papers? So what are you guys gonna do for Thanksgiving? I'm gonna spend my time with family.
Ooh,
And
Thanksgiving.
eat meals. Lots of meals. Lots of meals. I know, Momiji, I keep wanting to ask you what you're gonna do for Thanksgiving. I'm like, you don't even live in the States. Like, I always assume that everyone has Thanksgiving. How ethnocentric of me. But, Koizaki Yuriko says, I'm confused. Oh, hi, welcome. Yes, you came in at the tail end of all of this. So this is, voice acting exercises with VA Demon Lord Extraordinary Kochou Momiji here. So we are taking it a step further from our last stream where we ended it while reading, doing a script reading together. And this time we are doing small portions of skits
Monologues,
that we like little monologues that we found on the internet that we thought would just be interesting. And we're reading them through, and we just kind of went through our first round. Momiji gave me some fantastic constructive criticism, and I was able to put it to practice a second time, and I had a lot of fun. So we're doing the second one now. I think we've shortened it down quite a bit. Momiji's reading it through. She's getting ready.
I think I am ready.
You're ready? Okay,
just
then.
just the first paragraph, right?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I ate them. That's right. I ate the divorce papers, Charles. I ate them with ketchup, and they were good. Good! You probably want me to get serious about our divorce. The thing is, you always call our marriage a joke. So let's use logic here. If A, we had a serious marriage, then B, we can't. Oh, sorry. If A, we never had a serious marriage, then B, we can't have a serious divorce. No, we can't. The whole thing's a farce, Charles. A farce that tastes good with ketchup.
Pudgy.
So there we go.
I like the ketchup. I like it. I like it. So what was going through your head as you were reading this through?
Well, like the whole thing is she's angry, right? And she wants to get back at him for it. You know, if I'm just taking in the first paragraph, she's angry, so like, you know, you want a divorce, fine, I'll give you a divorce, but it's not gonna be the divorce you want, you know, that sort of thing. So like, you know, so she just wants to get back at her husband, and like, you know, we're having a divorce, but you know what, if you think our marriage is a joke, then this divorce is a joke too. So is what her mentality is going through. So like, you know what, I'm just gonna you know I'm pretty sure instead of eating it herself, she wants to shove it down his. But like she's like, I ate them, and then probably his like her husband's like, what in the world?
Yeah, he's probably thinking she snapped or something.
Yeah, and then he's like, you know, we're having a serious conversation here, And she's like, well, what, serious? What, our marriage is serious? Yeah, like don't tell me this is a joke, to begin with, right? This whole thing's a joke to begin with. Our time together, our marriage is completely a joke. You know what? I think that's her thoughts. Probably married for quite a while. Like this anger has been building for some time.
Oh, that's true. She's put up with it for a long time, and so
yeah.
this is literally the snapping point.
Yeah, so like probably like 5-6 years into the marriage, I would say. And she's just like it could be like a newly 2 years of marriage. That works too. I mean, but like I'm getting like 5 maybe 6 years of marriage, like quite a while. They've been putting up with each other, and then this finally just, we're getting a divorce. Maybe like this, they've been arguing. They've been probably married for like 2 years, and then they started arguing, and then they just continue on. They're just never separated. But they're finally doing it now. And then and then like we never had a serious marriage, so we can't have a serious divorce. And then he says, and then it's no, we can't. I think it's like he says something and she replies. It's like, like take this seriously. It's like, no, we can't, because it's not serious at all. This whole thing's a farce.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, that's my take on it. Anyways,
that's Momiji's hot take on I ate the divorce papers.
I ate the divorce papers.
Oh, okay. Should I give my hand at this?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, you can take it in a completely different direction than I have.
Okay. You know what? I realize it's really hard for me to do because I listen to you and I'm like, it all makes sense. It all makes perfect sense. Okay. All right, I'll pause the music. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, there's a good spot to pause it, at least for the moment. Watching 2 streams at once. Naruhodo. Whoa. We're all learning that that negative only after only 5 to 6 years. Well, I was gonna say, 5 to 6 years is a long time to be with someone that you've, maybe you married them and it was kind of an impromptu marriage, or maybe you hadn't been dating for all that long, and now you've gotten over the honeymoon state, phase, and you realize this person's really wrong for you. So, there are tons of reasons. Okay, let's try it. I should get a drink of water. Momiji? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. After I cough. Okay, here we go. I ate them. That's right. I ate the divorce papers, Charles. I ate them with ketchup, and they were good. Good. You probably want me to get serious about our divorce. The thing is, you always call our marriage a joke. So let's use logic here. If A, we never had a serious marriage, then B, we can't have a serious divorce. No, we can't. The whole thing is a farce, Charles. A farce that tastes good with ketchup.
I like it.
Yeah?
You're a little bit more calm than me, so I like that.
Oh.
I like that. No. I like it. I like it. She's just like, you know what? Yeah, I like it. So, do you want to take me through the thought process, or are you just using my, like, the general idea that I have?
I had the same kind of general idea. When I think of someone who's been putting up with a bad marriage for a long time, especially if it's been, if we are thinking 5 to 6 years, which I agree with, I think that would be a good amount of time for someone to finally snap. Then I feel like it's not just going to be like a crazy moment, like where the person like all of a sudden just goes like ape crazy, right? It's going to be like a silent but deadly. right? Like they're going to seem totally normal on the outside, but the moment they open their mouth and the things they do, it's just like, oh my gosh, this person's gone off the deep end, right? So I wanted it to be sort of like a calm exterior, but just like a fire blazing
Burning
interior.
rage inside.
Right, exactly. So
I like that.
so yeah, that was
I like that.
sounded more like level-headed frustration.
Yes.
Thank you, Jan.
So, okay, and then to completely turn this around, because I just finished reading the whole thing, because
Yes.
I only read the top part.
Mhm.
In the end, it says, you see, the truth is, Charles, I ate the divorce papers. I ate them because I can't stomach the thought of losing you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So just to completely turn this, just because this is fun. I mean, like, that's the thing, like, taking parts of it, and then, putting different emotions in it. So this time we're gonna do it as a woman who, the reason she ate the divorce papers is because, I love you so much. I don't want a divorce, But like she's trying to anger him at the same time, but like, she's like, I can't, I love you, but like, you want a divorce, so I ate them. Just so we won't talk about this again, but like I'm gonna still rant to you about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna seem angry at first, but inside, so the background is because I love you. I don't want to get a divorce.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So then
Start off as angry. Not start off as angry, but like you seem angry, but you're not really. You're more like sad.
yes. So you want you want them to think you're angry, but it's actually just to hide the desperation beneath.
Yeah.
Sort of. Whoa. Would you like to try it this time through then? With that in mind?
Yeah.
Okay. Doom, doom. There we go.
Okay.
Nom nom divorce
harder.
papers. I know, isn't it?
I ate them. That's right. I ate the divorce papers, Charles, and I ate them with ketchup. They were good. Good. You probably want me to get serious about our divorce. The thing is, you can't call our marriage a joke. So the thing is, you always called our marriage a joke. So let's use logic here. If we never had a serious message, if A, we never had a serious marriage, then B, we can't have a serious divorce. No, we can't. The whole thing's a farce, Charles. A farce that tastes good with ketchup.
Patsy. I definitely, so there was a definite difference this time round. The sauce papers.
Sauce papers.
But, excuse me, there definitely was a difference this time around, and I could kind of hear where it was just like, you want a divorce? Like, that's silly. We can't get divorced because even if you called our marriage a joke, like, I still love you, I could
ate
hear
the
that.
divorce papers. We can't get a divorce because I ate them.
That's right. Just
They're
simple
not
logic, right?
Simple logic.
just GG easy. Oh, it says Momiji, you're so good! Yay! Ooh, sounded
Thank
more
you.
desperate. Well, there is definitely a hint of desperation in there. Because we're doing, this is like a last ditch resort, isn't it? Like this is a last ditch effort. We're like, oh, we have these divorce papers. Like, this is official. Oh, not anymore. Just ate them. So yeah.
Ate 'em. So for the person who asked what's with the eights, it's the Japanese way of clapping. It's pachi 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 pachi. So it sounds like the sound that claps make.
Yeah.
In Japanese.
Pachi, 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 pachi. That's why you'll have us sit here and go pachi, 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 pachi. We're just saying it out loud instead of actually clapping. Yes, Oni Demon, hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Pleb Light, hello. 11th Owl, hello. There's so many people who are in chat now that weren't earlier that I couldn't say hello to. But yes, this time around we could. But yeah.
Now,
Oh,
do you
Momiji.
want to give this a try?
Yes. I'll try.
I look forward to it.
Oh, goodness. Okay, another drink of water.
Okay, and water is very important.
Mm-hmm. This is the most hydrated I've been all week, I'm sure. Excuse me, and I'm coughing more than ever. Okay, here we go. I lost it. Hang on. I thought I had what I wanted. Let's see. What do I want? Okay, I'm ready. I ate them. That's right. I ate the divorce papers, Charles. I ate them with ketchup, and they were good. Good. You probably want me to get serious about our divorce. But the thing is, you always called our divorce a marriage. You always think, the thing is, you always called our marriage a joke. So let's use logic here. If A, we never had a serious marriage, then B, we can't have a serious divorce. No, we can't. The whole thing's a farce, Charles. A farce that tastes good with ketchup.
Interesting.
There you go. So this one sounded a lot more jolly, and I just took it as like, this was her last ditch effort. And at that point, she didn't even care how crazy she looked. Like, she was like, I ate it. That's it. Like, I had no choice. I ate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that, especially the last line. The whole thing's a farce that tastes good with ketchup. I love that. That was really good.
Oh, thank you. I think it's super. I really like that we're doing this because we can hear, like, I mean, we both did it 2 different ways when we thought of it was one way, and then you read until the end. We got new insight into, like, you know, what the whole, like, you know, thing was behind the monologue, and then we did it 2 different ways. So this whole just first paragraph was read 4 different ways. And that's just, I just think it's so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's just the fun part of voice acting. There's so many ways you can read into something.
Yes, exactly. Now, because I don't remember if I asked this earlier, is this something that you do with your classmates as well? Like, do you have class time to... Yes?
Yes, that's like, there's lessons that I do this in class. So basically, we would be handed out a script, and then the teacher we would one by one stand up in front of the whole class, which is nerve-wracking as heck, and do our interpretation of it. Sometimes the teacher, I hate it when he does it, but he does. He goes, "Okay, so you did it one way. Next, give me another interpretation."
Oh, and you're like, no, I just spent all this time thinking about one.
Yep, and then he'd go like, okay, next. So you'd have to like give at least 3 or 4 interpretations of like a whole, you know, the same monologue. And then he'd be like, okay, choose one that you like the most, and then we'll go into detail about that one.
Okay, I can see that being super helpful.
Yeah, it is super helpful. Super terrifying though.
Oh, for sure.
So he's like, I can't hear any inflection in this sentence. You want to say more here? I can't hear what you're doing. I can't hear movement here when you're trying to move. You know, that sort of thing. That's what he would talk about. So that's what we do in class.
Whoa. So, how often is it that when the teacher says, next, give me another interpretation, and then at the end when he says, you know, pick your favorite one, how often does it happen that you actually end up liking your second or third interpretation over your first?
Oh, often, very often. Like the thing is, like, you know, once you sort of get what the teacher wants, you know, you're like, okay, so he probably, you know, once is probably not enough for this guy, so like you probably want to do 2 or 3 different versions, and so you think more. The first one is the simplest one, like the one you're most familiar with, like the thing you can get, you know, most comfortable with. And then the second and third one is when you start thinking a little deeper. You're like, oh, but you can think of it this way too, or maybe this way. So those are the fun parts.
Ah, so it's actually more common then, as you said, to have the second and third ones, because you've had the time to kind of run it through, and by then you've already, maybe as you're reading it, you've decided, oh, I could have said that differently. Yeah. But oh,
so yeah, it's fun. It's fun like that. Difficult. No, it's not easy. Especially when you start getting into a little bit more, like, you know, more. The more you think about it, the more things you want to add to it, and then you're like, wait, at this point, can I express all these things that I want to add in there, or will the teacher come out and say, I couldn't understand a single thing you were trying to do?
Oh,
you know, there's that danger too, right?
Yeah. Where you kind of overcompensate.
Yeah. So like, you know, it's finding the happy balance. And you know, not so much a happy balance as you have to think the whole scenario through, like, really, really well. So, like, you know, who's this character I'm speaking as? Who's this person I'm speaking to? What are my feelings towards this person? And what are my feelings towards the situation? Where am I? You know, am I in a crowded room with lots of people? am I in a living room with nobody else but my opponent, not my the person I'm speaking to? Am I in outside in the park? Are we sitting down? Are we standing up? That sort of thing.
Whoa. Yeah. Yes, so many things to kind of consider. Something that one of my piano professors told me was that as long as you can justify it, you can do anything you want.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, well that sounds great, because like a lot of times, especially like with music, we always think about like this, the period that the piece was written in, the fashionable thing to do, or like the trend that music was doing at that time, like ornamentations or phrasing, or like, this composer is known for when he draws a decrescendo, he also wants you not to just lose sound but also take time and things like that. And like sometimes my professor would do these things that were like, they're not like so unusual, but like not what we're used to hearing. And she goes, okay, well, when I see this, I think of this, and it's because of blank and blank. And she goes, and if you can justify it, you can do whatever you want. And I was like, yes.
Yes.
And I just feel like that so much applies here.
Yep. That's the thing though. Like, with acting, as long as it makes sense. Like even if it's completely silly, there's as long as you can connect the dots, you're perfectly fine. And in acting as well, in stage acting, sometimes you're standing there listening to a conversation, and the person moves, and then like he's standing in front of you, blocking the audience from looking at you. So you have to think of a reason to move. You can't just randomly move away. You have to think of a reason, like maybe the person came here and you're like, oh, I don't like this person, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna back away, or like, oh no, wait, there's something that's catching my attention on the other side of the stage. I have to go there, as is happening here at the same time. So like, you have to think about reasons for why you're moving, instead of just randomly, for no apparent reason, just walk out of the way.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't just like shuffle around and just be like,
yeah,
are you antsy, or like, what's going on?
Yep. So it's the same for voice acting as well as for stage acting, and for piano playing, it seems.
Yes, yeah, or for music in general. It seems like any form of art, as long as you can explain it, there are reasons. If you can make reasons for it, it's acceptable.
Yep.
Yay. Let's see. I'm looking at some of the chat. It says, well, I think that's closer to writing as opposed to VA. You're likely going to be following the directions of someone else's story, so it really depends on how they want you to act rather than what you add on your own to it. I think it's a little bit of both. Like, of course, great directing is helpful, but I mean, Momiji, maybe you have more to say about this, but I mean, if you've got to at least fit their vision, or at least offer something, have something to bring to the table in terms of like how this character is going to come to life through the actor, actress, right?
So the thing is with things like Shakespeare, it's harder to create your own character, because your character is, there's Romeo is Romeo and Juliet is Juliet, because Shakespeare writes such detailed characters that there's not really a lot of room to maneuver. However, when it comes to modern plays, there's a little bit more, like, you get the basic characteristics of that person. You get their general description, you get their age, you get their personalities. And then of course you get their lines, but like how you interpret said lines is just all up to you as the actor, most of the time anyways. Obviously there's the author has this intention, because characters all in a story, they all generally have they fall in their places, and then that's how you make a fully rounded story, is all the characters' interactions. So how you work with other characters is also something that you also have to think about. What do I feel about this character in particular? What do I feel about that character in particular? But at the same time, you can do a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun with it.
Right. Like, I always think, for example, like, Jack Sparrow would not be the same if it were played by anyone other than Johnny Depp.
That's
because
true.
he brings a certain characteristic to the table.
Yes.
Right? Like, he just has, like, that unique flair that he kind of breathed into life into that character and became, you know, the Jack Sparrow that everyone recognizes him as, right? So that's what I think about. And that, I guess that's the mark of a really experienced actor, actress, is when they're, you know, just super unique and, you know, no one can do it like they can and things like that. So
another example is, for example, for some reason at school, one of our teachers is just gave us a script for Beauty and the Beast, which is kind of fun, for the musical Beauty and the Beast. So it's the scene after Belle has, you know, walked the village and people are saying, oh, the strange girl that is Belle. Gaston and Wolf appears, right? And he goes, Belle, why are you reading? You know, you should pay more attention to things around you, like me, like, you know, how handsome I am, you know, that sort of thing. And then after that conversation, her dad, Belle's father, comes in with like this broken contraption of a car, and you know, and so you know, in this scene, Belle's reaction to Gaston and Belle's reaction to her dad are completely different, because like, to Gaston, she's like, oh, this person who I don't really like is talking to me again, and he's like trying to flirt with me, but like, you know, I have no interest in this guy, right? And he's annoying. So look, so her reaction is, you know, when she sees Gaston, oh, good morning, Gaston. I'm gonna go now, you know. Whereas her dad, and she's worried about her dad, so she's like, you know, Papa, oh, are you okay? You know, that sort of thing. So like, you know, her reaction is the same character, but her reaction to, you know, two people are different. And like, you know, when she talks to her dad, you know, she asks, Father, do you think I'm strange? And he says, well, why would you say that? Well, everybody in the village says so. You know, like there's you know, as a character, I mean, obviously, you know, Belle, we all have a you know, good idea of who Belle is, right? But as a person playing Belle, you can do it different ways. She can say, well, you know, I'm hurt by the feelings, hurt by the words of the villagers. So she'd be like, Papa, do you think I'm strange? Or she could be just, you know, a casual question, and like, I mean, like, I just want to confirm it. Does Dad think I'm strange? It's like, Papa, do you think I'm strange? You know?
Right.
So like, you know, it's still Belle, you know, because she could do both. She could be the strong Belle, but she could still have a little bit of weakness inside. So it depends on how you interpret the lines individually as well, and how Belle, your Belle, lives in this world that she is in. So yeah.
That's a great point. Like, the writing can only make, you know, create the characters so far. Let's see. And it doesn't help that, like, between OBS and Twitch, there's always a little bit of a lag between, like, when you go live and when it says, hey, Harune's live, and I'm like, oh, that was like good 45-50 seconds.
Seems to be going. I see the circling.
Doop, 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 doop. Hello? Are we okay now?
Are we back? Are we back?
I see an image, but it looks like it's a little choppy. So let's see.
We're back.
I heard a bird, Momiji. That wasn't a bird. We're meowing. Do you ever meow when you're bored? Do you ever meow when you're bored?
No.
No.
Just me meowing.
You just meow. All right, looks like it's still getting the spinny wheel of death.
Oof.
So let's what to do. Ooh. It stopped. Let's see. We are encouraging the stream to return through meows.
Through meows.
I'm drawing you right
Through
now.
the
I'm going
power
to
of
send
meow.
it on Twitter when it's done. Thank you so much, Ray VTuber. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yay, putty putty.
I look forward to seeing it. Hey, Harune art.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, power to fix the stream. Is it fixed? The image still looks kind of choppy.
Is Nya power actually, taking an effect?
Yeah, I'm like moving my head around just to see if it, how much movement it's catching. Still, try using the still image again. It might help. No, that was like we switched over to a completely different setup. It had nothing to do with the still image. I hate cat noises. Meow. Okay, still the spinny wheel. How about, okay, so I'm gonna stop the stream and I'm gonna let it sit there for a couple of seconds before I restart. Okay. Yeah, okay, spinning wheel of death has stopped, but we're still very still images. Maybe we should probably end it here since we are so close to our end time anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken. Thank you so much for the host, although there won't be much to host in a couple of seconds.
It's okay.
But
we can raid Tia. Tia's online.
Well, that's right. We've got actually a couple people just went online. Sachi just went online. Yui just went live. It looks like Ellie's been online. So we've got a couple of different people to raid. But yeah, you're right. I have never raided Tia, so we should probably do that. But thank you all so much for joining us today. I'm sorry it had to be cut short. I have been recording this, however, so there will be hopefully a smooth VOD. or at least not a VOD, but like the video that we recorded through OBS will be smoother so that when we post it on YouTube, it'll be yes. So thank you all so much once again for joining us today. Let's raid Tia Sunshine. And thank you so much, Momiji, for being my guest again today. Once again, I'm sorry for
inviting me.
Of course. I'm sorry again for the technical difficulties. It just
Don't worry,
can't
it's 'cause
seem
I'm
to.
here.
Oh no, it's definitely not you. But should we end this with some chupas?
Yes, we should.
Yay, let's do it.
All right, are we ready?
I am ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Chupa! Chupa!
Yay!
Pudgy, thank you all so much.